welcome back to the Pack Chat, our student voice opinion segment. I'm joined today by my co-hosts Victor Martinez, Sam Mack, and our guest co-host John Pay, as we discuss this week's most trending topics. Yesterday, we posted some polls on our Instagram story at TPHS News to get your thoughts on the topics beforehand so we can bring them up in our discussion. So thank you to everyone who responded. With that being said, let's get started. First, Sunday, February 7th was the Super Bowl, and it's been reported that 25,000 guests were in attendance. 7,500 of those were vaccinated healthcare workers, but this still sparked a lot of controversy on whether other events should be allowed or not and what this means going forward for large gatherings. I don't know about you guys, but when I first, started hearing stuff about the Super Bowl, I heard that there were only going to be vaccinated healthcare workers in attendance. I didn't know that they were still allowing other guests. Anyone else?
I think if they obviously can't, but I feel like if they could test the people who went and they all come back negative or something, I think that's a good sign for events like that. We can have more people go rather than the stadiums be empty. So I think if they can somehow figure that out, that'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the whole idea that potentially they could separate people in the stadium and everything. It just feels unlikely with that many people in one place, especially when they're coming and going. It's really crowded. On our poll, we asked if we thought people were safe or if it wasn't safe. We had 70% of people say it wasn't safe, 30% say it was.
I'm just wondering how many people usually go to the Super Bowl. How many went in 2019? A lot more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the capacity of the stadium is a lot higher, but still, I mean, it's not my doubt that they could distance within the stadium. It's my doubt that coming and going, it's going to be really cramped with so many people in one place.
I'm just glad that 25,000 people is definitely a lot of people, and I don't think there should be that huge a gathering. But I guess I'm happy that a lot of people were vaccinated from that crowd. I mean, people are getting vaccinated, and that's good. And I guess I should be optimistic about that. But other than that, I don't think there should be thousands and thousands of people gathering for this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Next, country music star Morgan Wallen is under fire after a neighbor's video camera caught him saying a racial slur last Sunday. Following TMZ's release of the video, CMT pulled all Wallen's performances from their accounts. Apple and Spotify Music both pulled Wallen's music from their playlist. He's also not allowed to receive nominations for awards at this year's CMAs, and his label pulled his contract. What do you guys think about this? This has kind of been in the news for, a past week, and, a lot of people have really mixed thoughts about it. What do you guys think?
I mean, if he's going to say stuff like that, he should be ready for the consequences, even if he thought that no one was going to hear it. I mean, I feel it's kind of karma.
Yeah.
Got instant karma on it.
And also definitely kind of an integrity thing. If he's saying that when no one's around, clearly it's definitely not the first time that word has come out of his mouth. So.
Yeah. And I feel I heard some report, I'm not 100% sure, that he was drunk when that happened.
Yeah, he was.
People are using to kind of excuse that behavior, but we had in our poll where we asked students what they thought, we had a student say that if that's his go-to word when drunk, what does that say about him? And what does that say about his character? So I definitely think it was within the will of his label to drop him for sure.
Definitely.
Well, for me, I don't think that his career should basically be ended by, being like that. I mean, was he acting stupid? Yes, but there's definitely been more instances of people acting very stupid, maybe Cardi B or Chris Brown. They've done very shady things in the past, but they still have thriving careers. And why should Morgan Wallen basically have his career destroyed over saying a very bad word,
I think it's because of especially there's I think it's more of the kind of racist connotation, and I don't argue that those artists that you mentioned have done things that are very wrong, but it's just I don't know, I still think that he should be held accountable for what he's doing, and it's his record's decision. If they don't want somebody who's like that to be representing their label and their brand and what they stand for, then it's their right to decide to drop him. And if he decides to go to another record label and start his career there, then that's his decision, and that's the other label's decision to accept him.
Well, you say, well, yeah, but like it's sort of like the difference between Morgan Wallen, who might be a racist and who was also drunk at the time, and between that and Chris Brown, who almost took someone's life. There's a pretty fine line between those two things.
Mm-hmm.
And I still kind of find it weird that how backwards the media is, giving Chris Brown still an amazing career, and Morgan Wallen should be dealt so many consequences.
Yeah,
I mean, in my opinion, knowing Morgan Wallen's fan base, this definitely is not the end of his career at all. Just because he doesn't have a record label doesn't mean that he can't put out music on his own. Just because, he's not going to receive awards doesn't mean he's not going to make money off of his music. So, I think we were quite young when all of this stuff went down with Chris Brown, but I definitely think at first, it took a toll on his career. But like Victor said, I think it's kind of, the way that word came out, and honestly, the way that other people in country music responded, especially women in country music, responded to the news of what, Morgan Wallen did. It honestly kind of felt like they have seen a lot more from him than we have. Maren Morris said, I know for a fact this is not his first time using that word. And so it's kind of interesting, they know more about him than we do, and just like their reactions to what went down was just very interesting to me, because it seemed like none of them were surprised. And, I just think he's a little reckless. So
yeah, I agree.
Last, Kim Kardashian posted a picture of a painting her daughter North did, and has a lot of people questioning the reliability of it. The painting is obviously very good for a 7-year-old, so a lot of people took to Twitter to laugh about how there's no way North painted it. Kim Kardashian clapped back and said, and I quote, "North worked incredibly hard on her painting, which took several weeks to complete." She continued, "As a proud mom, I wanted to share her work with everyone." Do you guys think that North painted this or what? I think it's really funny, because when I first saw it, I was like, there's no way that North painted that. I was like, it's okay, Kim. Not like your child doesn't have to be, prodigy. Like, it's all good.
Right.
But then I saw on TikTok a girl who grew up in Calabasas. She had the same painting. She made the same painting when she was a kid. So I don't know. Like, I think there's like an art class that they're taking.
My whole thing is like, why do people care like so much if she painted it or not? Like, she's 7. Like, she can't clap back and be like, yeah, I painted it. She's just sitting there like she's a 7-year-old. Just let her like reign, Just let her have it.
Yeah. I just thought it was really funny. Like,
it's funny. It's like an interesting situation. And it's also like, why would Kim Kardashian fake that? Why would Kim Kardashian want to be like, look at this masterful, gorgeous, intricate painting that my 7-year-old made? It's kind of like a laughable situation. In the poll we asked, like, if we thought, if the people thought that Northwest did in fact make the painting, we had 20% of people saying definitely, 80% saying no way. Which, out of context, it definitely seems like there's just absolutely no way that a 7-year-old could have done that. But it's an situation for sure.
And if you see it, it's like, it's so good. That's why I just thought it was really funny.
She's 7. What's she trying to prove with a 7-year-old that she can paint? If she really did paint that, then wow, there should be like
more power to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, I think it's faked. I painted when I was young. It's not that easy, especially for a 7-year-old. And what is she trying to prove with this? That her 7-year-old can paint like a master? It's like,
yeah.
For sure.
That's all we have for today. Remember, to Wolfpack, there's always time to chat.